Hey guys, how's it going? I'm honored to make this video right now because it is about a very important individual to me in my sort of enlightenment experience, in my awakening. Um, there's a song that I just heard, Maynard James Keenan. I've talked about him a couple times, but this is kind of like my thank you to him. And at the end, I'll just play that song if you guys want to listen to it. It's called The Humbling River, and it's just one of those songs. It's not really hardcore, but if you just like shut your eyes and listen to it all the way through if you like it, because the song does kind of change, almost like it's got a storyline, where just the smallest change in the lyrics make a big difference in what the song is kind of about. And Maynard is he's a master at everything he does. When he signs a record label, because he has Tool, A Perfect Circle, and Pucifer. Those are his three music projects at least, and he has a very he has a very distinct spiritual kind of underpinning story with his lyrics. All his songs all have this like deeper meaning, this deeper rooted. Like as you become more aware, the songs become more expand. It's like they expand into this whole new, for me at least, that I would just and still to this day, like I hear them and they make so much more sense. And it's like when you've been listening to a band for 15 years and the songs are still just as amazing and still letting you know that you're on the right path, and still like having some mystery to them where you're going, man, what was in his mind when he was doing this? Like, what, just that amazing, like I want to keep listening to it because gosh, it just keeps going deeper and deeper. And he does that with everything in his life. Like he's not only in these three bands, but he's a master at singing in these bands. He doesn't sign an album. He doesn't sign a deal with a record label and say, hey, we're going to do this by this date. He knows how this creative process works, and he knows how it's a moment to moment kind of thing. You can't force this genius, that you can't force these words and lyrics that are coming through. It's something that happens and it unfolds on its own. And he knows that he has to have life experiences still between these albums. Otherwise, you just have music about what? Riding on the bus, going to different places. You lose that touch with that life thing that you originally started with, that made the first album amazing. Too many people get caught up in that and they're on the road all the time, and then they just lose all the stories, and that's another thing. He's into storytelling. He hates the idea of people just filming with their phone so they can show somebody. Both people end up with a half-ass experience instead of like the art of really experiencing something and then sitting down and telling that story to somebody, and telling it so well that they may tell it to someone, and that person for generations might keep telling the story. And he just released a book a few years ago, and he's got a very deep passion in winemaking, where he actually planted this vineyard and has saw it all the way through, very hands-on, very much into the uniqueness of a grape grown in a certain place, very excited about the difference between a grape grown there and all the stuff in the soil and all the different ways that the sun is out more or longer, the different minerals and all the stuff that come into that grape grown in that spot, making a specific taste to the wine that it wouldn't have grown maybe in California or a different area. So he's in Jerome, Arizona, and he's got a very successful wine company, and it's important to him, the little things, and that's what mastery is all about. And he's very humble in a way where he doesn't brag or boast. He doesn't need to, because anything that he puts his name on, it's gonna be amazing. And he doesn't stand in the front of the band when most people are performing. They're out in front. No, he stands in the back because he wants it to be about his music, his lyrics. He doesn't want it to be about his face in some billboard. He respects his privacy. He doesn't want fortune or fame. He just wants to spread a message. And that's why I'm making this video, because even if he sees this video and he knows that at least one person actually is grateful and got the message that he was giving across, it is the most overwhelming sense of accomplishment you could probably have, coming from the heart that he has. So he also has a restaurant in Jerome, Arizona, and he was very particular with hiring local chefs and local people to work there that want to be in Jerome, Arizona, and want to give people this experience where two people who could be completely different can just leave their differences outside and not talk politics or religion or any of that crap. They can just go and walk to this local restaurant and have this experience where you can't get a Coke. You can get wine that's locally grown there from Maynard, and you can get food that's locally grown there. And what you're not realizing is he's giving you an experience subtly. He's not forcing it on you, but by taking certain options away, he's giving you a chance to sit down and talk about things that are important, and not just argue, and just have this experience, have this story, have this experience of going into this restaurant. And that's important to him because that's a legacy, that's a culture that he's creating. So when he passes on, it's not going to just be this rah 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 for a couple days about his fame of these bands he was in or whatever. It's going to be something that people keep doing and they pass on to their kids. And it's this whole tradition of walking to a restaurant and having healthy, locally grown food with people who live in the area, and talking about this area and expressing this area. That lives on and keeps going. And that shows you the heart and soul of a man when he takes himself out of the picture and puts everyone else in front. And his goal is to make you have an experience that's enlightening. And it comes through everything he does. So anyway, that's enough about me ranting about him. It's just, I think it's a miracle that because I played the drums and someone at my mom's work gave her a Perfect Circle and said, give this to your son who liked the drummer. And that was like 15, 16 years ago, and I still listen to that album every single day, and it just blows my mind away. So I just started listening to the Pucifer stuff, which is more of an independent, like less big out there. I mean, it's still huge because it's Maynard and he's just amazing, but I just started getting into it, and that's what this song is. It's called The Humbling River, and to me it's kind of about no matter how far you think you've gotten individually, no matter how much you think you've accomplished, it is not until you realize that we are all in this together, and we have to come to the realization that we are humans and we love each other. And no matter how enlightened you become or spiritually aware you become, it's not fun to be there alone, because you start feeling what others feel, and that becomes your new joy, somebody else's joy. And in the song, it really expresses that no matter how far, how much you conquer, how much you express or complete, you still have to remember that we're all in this together and nobody gets left behind. So I hope you guys enjoy this song. Anyway, I can't tell you how much from my heart that I sincerely owe so much gratitude to that man. And he's an amazing role model, and he's got all the right intentions and all the right reasons, and I know that because I can feel his heart because I see him. And anyway, I'll get on with the song now. I have the lyrics going. It's all good. Enjoy it. I love you guys, and have a nice night.
Nature, nurture, heaven and I've never crossed the river. Brave the forest, brave the stone, brave the icy winds and fire, braved and beat them on my own, yet I'm helpless by the river. I face the quakes, the wind, the fire. I've conquered country, crown and throne. Why can't I cross this river? I faced the quakes, the wind, the fire. I've conquered country, crown and throne. Why can't I cross this river? Pay no mind to the battles you've won. It'll take a lot more than rage and muscle. Or you'll never make it over the river. It'll take a lot more than words and guns, a whole lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the many must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Take a lot more than words and guns, a whole lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the many must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Nature, nurture, heaven. Take a lot more than words and guns. Stop more falling by a whole lot more than riches and muscle. To conquer every mountain. The hands of the many must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Brave the forest, brave. It'll take a lot more than words and guns. Brave the icy winds, a whole lot more than riches and muscle. Brave and beat them on my The hands of the many must join as one, and together we'll cross the river.